Live?
We are live. John's going to share some stuff with everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Happy freaking November. What is going on, man?
This year flew by.
I don't even know
Chris Michelle's watching.
What's happening. Howdy, everybody. Howdy. Welcome. Good morning. Happy Friday. Friday, FOC, FOC Live. FOC Live, mostly. Hopefully you all had a safe and happy Halloween. If you went out, I don't know, if you went out, did some adult trick-or-treating, or maybe had some kids that you took out trick-or-treating.
What does that mean, adult trick-or-treating?
I don't know. So I was reading that there was a post in the Castle Rock, I don't know, we're in some Castle Rock thing, which doesn't make sense because I live in Parker. But some people in Castle Rock, there was a dude that posted a picture of like these tubs of full-size candy bars. And he's like, well, I'm shutting the lights off. We're done here. And everybody's like, where do you live? What's your address? We'll come get some full-size candy bars. And other people were commenting, apparently in Castle Rock, that's the place to be because they were handing out beers to the parents that were bringing kids to the door. I don't know. That's strange though. It's bizarre. I don't
think you would complain.
No, I wouldn't if somebody handed me a beer. But then
I know you keep a koozie on you like 24/7.
Well, yeah, it's sewn into my coat pocket just in case. So
it's like a little fanny pack. It's just, you swing it around, it has a koozie in it, some chapstick. A little bit of Axe, little baby portable Axe.
Some ones in case we wind up at a stripper joint. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know where the night's going to take you. But hopefully you guys had a happy Halloween and you survived and you're here. Halloween on a Thursday is kind of weird, but whatever. We're here to do Final Order Cutoff with you guys to go over a bunch of stuff. So why don't you hit us with the intro? Oh, my arm! My hand just disappeared! Ah, I'm just nubs! No, you're fine. It's totally fine.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time. Take back the power. What's your plan?
Whoa! Randy said he bought $50 worth of candy and had about a dozen kids come by. That means Randy's got a lot of leftover
candy. You better
candy.
bring some candy. Scheduled shift is tomorrow.
Hi, Amy. Amy from Dark Horse is watching.
Hey.
Thank you very much. You can't see it because of the green screen, but
I think Amy blocked me. She thinks I'm like stalking her because I never see her on my end. No.
I don't know that that's accurate.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Because I have a big crush on Amy.
Do you?
Yeah. I've never met her before.
Now she's going to block you, that's for sure.
He is so creepy.
Why does he do that nonstop? Okay, so we're here to do Final Order Cutoff with y'all. Well, we're not doing it with y'all, but can we just restart this whole thing?
Yeah.
We're here to go over all of the titles that are on Final Order Cutoff this coming Monday. So FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. It is my last chance. It's any store's last chance to adjust their numbers. Generally 2 weeks to 3 weeks before books ship out to the store. So it's kind of our last attempt to make sure that we know what you guys want to order, and it's our last chance for you to tell us what you want to be guaranteed that a copy arrives for you. That's not always the case because of Diamond and damages and shipping and all that sort of stuff, but for the most part, getting an order to us by Final Order Cutoff will ensure that you get whatever it is that you want off of this massive list, and it is a massive list this first week. Somebody, I can't remember, there was a note that went out from Diamond. Something's going on where Image and Marvel are only going to be on Final Order Cutoff throughout the month of November. Like, they're not going to be on initial orders at all, and I don't know why that is. It has something to do with the shipping schedule of books that are coming out in December. Okay. So Marvel had an unhealthy amount of comics on Final Order Cutoff this week, as we'll get to very, very shortly. But the whole point in doing this video with y'all is to make you aware of the titles that are coming out, giving you kind of a heads up, I guess a 3-day heads up, right. So that if you are interested in any of this stuff, you can do more research, you can ask about things, you can make a decision before we do our Final Order Cutoff on Monday. FOC happens every Monday. We try to get this video into your hands, into your eyeballs on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, so you have all weekend to familiarize yourself with this stuff and then let us know what you'd like to order by Monday. before we finalize our numbers. So that's what this show is all about. That's why we are here at 11 o'clock on Friday morning. Thanks for those of you who are joining us. If you're not watching this live with us, that is okay. You don't have to be live. Just make sure you check this video out either on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel.
We did miss YouTube last week with everything we had going on.
Did we?
I forgot to post.
That's okay. We have a YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and search for Hall of Justice Comics or search for Final Order Cutoff FOC Roundup, you'll find our videos there. Follow us on YouTube, hit the bell so that you get notifications when we post new videos there.
So we don't have to be on Facebook the whole time.
We have a lot of people who aren't on Facebook,
Right.
and so this was one of the alternatives to doing just a Facebook Live show, recording this and then publishing it after the fact so that everybody has access to it, because it's not just important for Hall of Justice Super Friends, it's important for all of the comic book fans out there in the entire world. And we're just trying to make everything a little more crystal clear so that you know how ordering works and all that sort of stuff. How's your cherry milk?
This cherry milk is it is a rich, decadent indulgence.
Don brought us, they are quarts of Private Selection Primo Pastures cherry cordial flavored milk. And it is pretty amazing. I don't know that I can drink it at the speed that you're drinking yours, but kudos to you, sir.
And I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, God. I'm glad you're not working
Salud.
today. You are not going to blow up the bathroom. Okay, so let's get to it. All of this stuff is on FOC this coming Monday, November 4th. If you want to order anything, please get your orders to us before 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're watching this and you have a different local comic shop, just let your LCS know before they close at the end of the day on Monday, and you can get whatever it is that you want. Whether you want 1 copy or 10 copies, the sky's the limit. Most of these books are in stores on November 27th, but again, because of the way that Marvel's doing things, some of the stuff's in stores November 20th, some of it's the 27th. We're working right around the window before and after local comic shop day, so you'll see some of this stuff before, you'll see some of it after local comic shop day, but make sure that you're aware of that event. If your store is participating, they should be. So the rules of this thing that we do, if you would like to subscribe to any of the stuff that we're going to talk about, please comment either here on the YouTube or here on the live video on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel that you would like to subscribe to, for example, Witchfinder from Dark Horse. And that means we'll pull all 5 issues of Witchfinder for you, so you don't have to worry about any kind of interruption in your reading. If you're not sure about it, if you're afraid of commitment, you can just say pull Witchfinder number 1, and we will only order you 1 copy of issue number 1, so that you can try it and read it and see if you like it before committing to the rest of the 4 issues.
What's up, Nick?
But just know that it's hard for us if you comment pull it, and we pull a copy for you, and you don't read it, and you don't let us know, we're not going to order number 2 for you. So that's the trade-off. You don't want to commit to it, that's cool, you don't have to. But just be aware that we might not have copies of number 2 for you because they might sell out on the rack. So that's the caveat to this whole thing. If you'd like to subscribe to the title, please type sub with the title. If you just would like to pull a copy or multiple copies, if you want to order 10 copies of whatever, now is your chance to get in, because as long as I have it in before the end of the day on Monday, you're good to go. But if you just like to pull a copy, type pull. Be very specific. If you want the basket full of heads cover B, let us know so that we can make sure that we get our orders accurate for you. Okay, so that's how this works. First up, if you want to scroll up a little bit, there we go. We were just talking about it from Dark Horse. It in stores on November 27th. Witchfinder Reign of Darkness, number 1 of 5. So this is a 5-issue miniseries. It's in the Mignola-verse. The story is written by Mike Mignola as well as Chris Robertson. It's got artwork and cover by Christopher Mitten, who is phenomenal. But Witchfinder is a story of Sir Edward Grey, who exists during, I don't want to say, like the 1700s, I think, London. He's basically a paranormal investigator in the UK before all of the events of Hellboy and stuff like that transpired. So
Or Ghostbusters?
before the Ghostbusters.
Wow. Okay.
I don't
I believe.
That's fine.
Is he a Gozer worshiper?
Yeah, he is. Gozer the Gozerian, the Traveler.
That's right.
Sir Edward, in this story arc, Sir Edward Grey, this is pretty cool though, takes on London's most famous serial killer. Who? Jack the Ripper. He's the only one who thinks Jack the Ripper's murders have an occult purpose, that's kind of cool. When Scotland Yard turns its back on him, Grey finds an ally in American occult adventurer Sarah Jewell, who, if you're familiar with the Hellboy universe at all, we know that she exists in the Rise of the Black Flame story arc. So we're seeing her kind of crossing genres here into Witchfinder. But the forces allied against their investigation are more powerful than either one of them imagines. Written by Mignola and Robertson with art by Christopher Mitten, 5-issue miniseries, Witchfinder, The Reign of Darkness. So an occult investigator in the UK who is starting to delve into the Jack the Ripper murders. Kind of cool. Okay, next up from DC, number 1 just came out this last Wednesday, right before Halloween. We just want to make you aware that number 2 is on FOC. That's how a lot of this works. When a title ships out, we receive it on this date. Issue number 2 is on FOC that following Monday. So there's not a lot of time between the release of the book on Wednesday, Thursday, we're here Friday for FOC Roundup, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's on cutoff. Issue 2 is on cutoff 5 days after it releases, which kind of sucks because it doesn't give us a super accurate idea of how sell-through is going to be on this. But if you picked up a copy of Basket Full of Heads number 1 and you read it and enjoyed it, number 2 is on cutoff this Monday. It's in stores November 27th. The main cover that you're seeing on your screen right there is by Reiko Murakami. There's also a variant cover by Clayton Crane, but I don't have that image because DC doesn't have it up. That's what she said.
Do that.
Oh, just wait till we get to Marvel. There's
that's like stores ordering toys just blindly.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm gonna get one of these and one of those and one of that and that. And I have no idea what it is.
And they can get away with it.
It's because there's nobody else. Because there's no other.
Nobody holding accountable.
No, not at all. So it sucks. But again, like I said, if you dug Basket Full of Heads, if you grabbed the copy off of the rack very casually and you read it and you're like, holy crap, this is for me, let us know so that we can specifically order you a copy of number 2. Main cover is right there on the screen. Variant cover is not on the screen because I don't have an image, but it's by Clayton Crane. Josh Middleton knocked it out of the park on the variant for number 1. So
awesome.
Basket Full of Heads, there you go. I want to say it was a 7-issue miniseries, I think. Okay. Next up from DC, we're doing a couple of trades because DC's got a couple of really cool trades that I think that you should be aware of. This one that's on your screen right now is Batman Tales Once Upon a Crime. So this is Derek Friedolf and Dustin Nguyen, who are the creative team behind Batman Little Gotham, are releasing an original graphic novel. Gotham City's filled with stories of heroes and villains, of police and criminals, of families both lost and found. But the enchanted short stories in Batman Tales are brought to life with classic fairy tale twists that will fill you with wonder. Once upon a crime in Gotham, Damian Wayne dreams of becoming a real boy wonder as long as he can avoid telling lies and making his nose grow. Right? Batman's butler takes an unexpected trip through the looking glass and finds himself in a topsy-turvy world for Alfred's in Wonderland. Gotham City Police Department detectives interrogate Gotham's most dangerous criminals looking for the princess who stole the pea. And Batman meets a Snow Queen who leads him on a dangerous quest. So this is an original. Yeah, it's awesome. It's an original graphic novel by the team that brought you Batman Little Gotham. It is a trade paperback. It is $9.99, which is pretty affordable for trade. So if you would like to get a copy of this, please comment pull Batman Tales.
Same size as that Superman. That's a $9.99, isn't it?
Don't know. That one was $7.99. Let me look up. Hold on. If you bear with me for 2 shakes of a Persian kitten's whiskers, and I will look up if they have the size listed. What are we doing? Search.
We're checking.
Yeah, I'm gonna check for you. Batman Tales Once Upon.
Hey, that one's just subbing everything. It's like I'll take that, and I'll take this, and I'll take that.
Good. That's good. Oh, why is it doing this? I don't know. I'll find out, and I'll type it out later.
Oh, it's serious. It sounds like a children's style book. Which is cool. I like the story behind all that.
There it is, right there. Okay, so it doesn't say. All of that for nothing. It is a soft cover. It is, I don't even have a page count. This is actually scheduled to ship on February 5th of next year. So this is a very, very advanced solicit, but
Okay.
our orders are due November 4th. So,
That's cool.
but I don't have an idea of how many pages it is, and I also don't have an idea of the actual size of the trade. So that's going to be a ways out, but it's cool and it's worthwhile, and I think you should be aware of it. So there you go. Batman Tales, Once Upon a Crime. Next up from DC, if you want to scroll down just a skosh, this is their latest 100-page giant. We've got Batwoman, Supergirl, World's Finest. If you aren't familiar with these by now, you know these are basically direct market versions of the Walmart books. So they generally ship to us 3 or 4 weeks after they're released at Walmart, but they ship to us with a new cover. So most of the stuff that's in here, generally there's 6 stories in these books. Usually 1 or 2 of them are brand new, and then the rest of them are all reprints. So this one's going to focus very heavily on Batwoman and Supergirl. We've also got Wonder Woman, Superman, Black Mask, Alice, and Batman, of course, in this book. So if you just like to pick, some of these are ongoing, some of these are one-shots. So like the villains, Scooby-Doo, and Ghosts were all one-shots. Aquaman, Batman, Wonder Woman are ongoing. I don't know about this one. I don't know about Batwoman, Supergirl. But if you want to make sure that you get a copy, they're $5. They're $4.99. 100 pages of comics. They're great for kids. They're great to take on an airplane, or if you're going on a road trip, or if you just want to buy a comic book and sneak away during Thanksgiving or Christmas and hide under the table and read a bunch of awesome comic books. These things are fantastic for that. So. Next up from DC, we saw Harleen #2 hit the stores this week. #3 got pushed back a week so that we could get some sales data on issue #2. I have heard nothing but positive stuff about this story. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I am in love with the guy who's writing and drawing the book.
Say his name.
Stjepan Šejc is how you say his name. It's weird. He's Croatian, but I mean, you can't argue with these covers. So Harleen #3 is on FOC this Monday. It's in stores December 4th. Cover A is on my side with her in her straitjacket with crazy hair, and cover B is on Dom's side with Joker and Ivy and Two-Face and Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
He's just kind of creeping. He's
Yeah,
creeping
that's cool
up on
though.
you like this. Oh, did you see? Look how long my arm is. Watch, ready? I'm gonna reach out. It's going all the way, and there it is, right there on the screen. I've got a long arm. Okay, so Harleen, if you're caught up, if you haven't caught up, let us know if you want to add that to your subscription so that you can get the last issue. We still have copies of #1 and #2 here on the rack. Next up, we had the Hellblazer Sandman Universe special that came out this week, which is just a one-shot that's kind of priming everybody for this series right here. Constantine is back in John Constantine Hellblazer #1. He's in London, he's back to his old tricks, and just in time as things have become very dark in his old stomping grounds. A small-time gang lord has found himself dealing with a big-time outbreak of supernatural weirdness, and without any allies to call on and nothing left to call his own, John doesn't have much choice about taking a paycheck from one of London's worst, or accepting the help of one of the gang lord's would-be foot soldiers. But what should be an open and shut exorcism turns out to be nothing but, and the author of this madness may just be getting started on their terrible masterpiece. The original Constantine is back in a series from Simon Spurrier, who did Six Gun Gorilla, which is one of my all-time favorite comic books. Aaron Campbell is doing the interior art on this. The main cover on my side is by John Paul Leon, and the variant cover on Dom's side is by Mr. Walking Dead Charlie Adler himself.
Really?
Yes.
I like that one.
There's also a blank cover that will be available as well. So this is a new ongoing series that's got the Sandman Universe branding on the top of it. So if you'd like to subscribe to this, if you haven't picked up a copy of the one-shot that came out this week, let us know. John Constantine Hellblazer, new ongoing from the folks at DC.
How many cigarettes John Constantine smokes?
A lot, man.
He does. He's like a
that's
chain smoker.
That's the whole premise of the first story arc for the Hellblazer series, where he tricks the devil into removing his lung cancer to avoid death, and then, of course, is in his pocket. It's fantastic. So I'm excited for that. Hellblazer is one of my favorites. Okay, next up from DC and in stores on December 4th, we have New Year's Evil #1.
Good name.
I know, right?
New Year's Evil.
DC's really good about doing these. They do one of these anthology books. Generally, there's one for Halloween, which was Secrets of Sinister House. New Year's Evil is their kind of holiday one. They usually do sometimes it's a Valentine's Day, because there was the Young Monsters in Love one a while back,
Cool.
and then they do like a summer one. So they generally have one for
That was
each.
the bikini one.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some-
they did the summer
villain bad guys
Yeah,
summer
that
special. So this is New Year's Evil #1. Why, hello there, readers. It's your Uncle Joker letting you know that this year's DC Winter Holiday Special is not for the good guys. It's all about the folks on Santa's naughty list. Folks like me, Sinestro, Toyman, Harley Quinn, and even an appearance from that timely rascal, the Calendar Man. I'm sure you are.
I'm back.
Come sledding with your favorite villains in 10 fantastic tales created by comics' finest talents. They're not as funny as me, mind you, but it's important that we be charitable for this time of year. So these things are $9.99, so it's $10 for an 80-page, all original content story. It's not something we can subscribe you to, so if you'd like to pull a copy, please comment, pull New Year's Evil #1, and we'll make sure we have a copy of that set aside for you. And lastly from DC, if you want to bump me up just a little bit, this is also, so DC last year announced that they were doing Zoom and Ink, which were two original graphic novel labels that were targeted for all ages and kind of teen markets. For some reason, they decided to do away with those. I loved it. I thought it was a great idea, but they've ditched the DC Zoom and the DC Ink thing. And so instead, they're just publishing these original graphic novels. This is the next one that comes out. This is Zatanna and the House of Secrets. Welcome to the magical, mystical, topsy-turvy world of the House of Secrets, where Zatanna embarks on a journey of self-discovery and adventure, all with her pet rabbit, Pocus, at her side. Zatanna and her strange magician father live in a special house, the House of Secrets, which is full of magic puzzles, mysterious doors, and storybook creatures. It's the house everyone in the neighborhood talks about but avoids, except for on Halloween, I bet. Not that Zatanna cares, though, because she's perfectly content. But at school one day, Z stands up to a bully and everything changes, including her friends. Suddenly, Zatanna isn't so sure about her place in the world, and when she returns home to tell her father, he's gone missing, lost within their own home. With thrilling twists from writer Matthew Cody and dazzling artwork by Yoshi Yoshitani, Zatanna and the House of Secrets will delight readers at the turn of every page and the opening of every door. This sounds like it's going to be a younger reader book, so not quite so much the teen market, but that kind of DC Zoom label. I'm not going to put it on there, but these guys this is $9.99. They're typically a little bit of smaller format, but they're great, man. They're great for kids who are fans of the DC universe and, you know, stories about stepping up to bullying and all that sort of thing. So it's not a series. If you'd like to pull a copy, please comment, pull Zatanna and the House of Secrets. Okay? Next, we're moving on to IDW. From IDW in stores on November 27th comes Crow, Hark the Herald, which is issue #1, but it's also just a one-shot that's a kind of, I don't know if the holiday, if the Crow is a holiday story, but this is definitely a holiday Crow. It came out on Halloween. Or did it come out on?
I don't know.
It was set during Halloween because it was set on, what is it, Devil's Night? Which is the day, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, every year a group of 6 people gather for Christmas in a cabin in the far north woods of Wisconsin. But this isn't your average bickering nuclear family. These are 6 of the most prolific killers in North America. Now, last year's sins have risen from the grave, ready to deliver the gift of revenge. Guided by the Crow, Cecilia Wright will give 6 psychos a holiday hammer party.
Sounds like fun.
Oh wee. That's terrible.
It's a hammer. It's like you and I.
Too legit to quit. That's right. So this is just a one-shot. The Crow, Hark the Herald. If you'd like to pull a copy of the Crow Christmas special, it is $4.99. You can comment, pull Crow, and we'll make that happen for you. Next up from IDW, they're very festive on this Final Order Cutoff. We've got the My Little Pony Holiday Special. Yes. What's wrong? Oh. When Rarity is invited to 3 parties on Hearth's Warming Eve, one in Manhattan, one in Canterlot, and one at home in Ponyville, she is loath to miss out on any of the fun and decides instead of deciding, she'll just go to all 3. But between train rides, avalanches, and general distraction, this plan doesn't work out as well as she'd hoped. So cover A, which is on my side right there, is by Andy Price. Cover B on Dom's side, way over here. Look at that, right there. Is by Trish Forstner. This is a $4.99 one-shot that's, again, to celebrate the holidays and get everybody into the spirit since Halloween is just barely out the door. If you'd like to pull a copy, it's not something we can subscribe you to. Just comment, pull My Little Pony Holiday Special with whichever cover you like. You like yours?
They're both good.
Yeah. I like the one, so on this one, where they're all singing, the next to Rainbow Dash on the far right, the little pink one.
No,
is that
Dash?
Pinkie Pie? I don't know. So
Are you one?
no, sir. But Pinkie Pie is like screaming as she's reading the carols, which is awesome.
That's the name of that one.
Because everybody else is just kind of like, what is going on? Rainbow Dash is the one that's on the far right of the cover on my side.
You, sir, need to hand me your man card.
I don't have one.
I know you got a Baroni card, obviously.
I don't have one of those either. It's occasionally on when I go home and the kids are watching it. So
That's pretty cool. I like those covers. You did a good job.
check out this next cover. You ready for this one?
Oh, wow. This must be the Marvel one.
No! This is Star Trek Picard Countdown #1 right there.
Because the show doesn't come out until January
Right.
12th.
This is going to be in stores November 27th.
Nice.
It's a 3-issue miniseries, and that is what the cover looks like. Artwork to be revealed soon.
I would get it.
But yeah, I mean, you
I would get
everybody's
it because I love Picard.
there. You go.
And the show's coming out, and
Yep.
I want to know what's
the hell?
going on.
Everybody's seen the trailer. Now witness the events leading to CBS's All Access Picard. Before he retired to his vineyard, Jean-Luc Picard was the most decorated admiral in Starfleet. Then one mission changed his life forever. The countdown starts right here.
Really?
So, 3-issue miniseries.
Oh, son of a...
I know.
Sucking me in, John.
See?
Sucking me in.
With the beautiful cover by
Amazing.
artwork to be revealed soon.
I want it to look like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If I like a different font, is there a variant of
It'll
the
probably
font?
have a blank that you can have them draw artwork to be revealed soon in your font preference. So if you'd like to subscribe to it, please let us know. Star Trek Picard Countdown. You can add it to your sub. It's only 3 issues, so just get it. Just commit.
Picard. It's like a whole... That's a big story. For
In 3 issues, I know. It
It'll
better
tell you
be
more than you'll ever need to know.
better be good. All right, now we're into Marvel.
Says that's a cool cover.
Yeah, right.
You are correct, sir.
Here comes Marvel with all of their stuff, and nothing is ready for us. But that's okay, because we'll trudge through it. So we talked about Annihilation Scourge last week, the one-shot that kind of kicks this whole thing off. This week we have 2 titles that are on FOC. Both of them are one-shots, and I don't have the main cover for either of them. So here we go. First off, we have Annihilation Scourge Fantastic Four. Alerted to a potential tear in the dimension, the FF go to investigate, but what they discover is so much worse than what they prepared for.
So much worse.
Will the FF be able to hold back the Scourge, or will the Negative Zone finally succeed in tearing this family apart? Overrun, the FF are about to learn no one ever truly comes home from war. That's foreshadowing.
It is.
So this is a $4.99 one-shot with a main cover by Jose Maria Casanovas, which is not on the screen. This is the variant cover by Mr. Phil Noto. But both covers are open to order. I can get you the one that you don't see, and I can get you the one that you do see. So if you're getting the other Annihilation book, let us know. I would assume if you're getting the one-shot that leads this whole thing off, you're probably going to want the rest of them. There's 4 of them in total. FF, Nova, Beta Ray Bill, and crap. FF, Nova, Beta Ray Bill, and Silver Surfer. Those are the 4. So that's the FF one right there. Next up, we've got Annihilation Scourge Nova. This is also not the main cover. The universe hangs in peril with no room for old grudges. Nova is forced to team up with one of his most nefarious adversaries, Annihilus. But can Richard Rider trust the ruler of the Negative Zone to fight alongside him, or will this turn into a war with 2 fronts? Also $4.99. Main cover, also, which is not on the screen, by Jose Maria Casanovas. The variant right here is by Edward Petrovich. So we've got a variant by Noto for FF and a variant for Nova by Petrovich. If you want either the main cover or the variant cover that's open to order, please let us know. These are just one-shots. It's not something we can subscribe you to, but we'd gladly take an order for them if you want to read the books. So, okay, next up we've got Black Cat number 7 with another awesome cover by Mr. J. Scott Campbell. I like that it's kind of a distressed look to it.
That looks distressed.
Yeah, it does. It's weird though because her head is at a funny angle. Like if you look at it for too long, I don't think anybody can ever actually turn their head and look around. Like her shoulders are like this.
She's limber though.
But I guess flexible.
It's a flexible woman.
The Black Cat finally takes on Odessa Drake and the Thieves Guild of New York. That's cool. I want to be part of the Thieves Guild of New York. Dom's part of the Thieves Guild of Southeast Aurora.
That's it.
Felicia.
Full stuff. Go talk to me.
If Felicia has any chance of getting back her kidnapped mentor, the Black Fox, she's going to have to take on an army of ninjas and a cabal of wizards. No sweat, right?
No problem.
Main cover on my side is by Campbell. The variant cover that's on Dom's side, this is going to kick off a whole month-long thing that's going on in late November and into December. This is the Venom Island variant with a effing creepy venomized octopus apparently attacking Black Cat.
You're going to get pulled out, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm going to burn all those copies as soon as they come in the door.
I did not order any of those
somebody,
copies.
Yeah, screw you. You want it? I don't care because I don't like it. I'm just kidding. I like money more, so if you'd like a copy of that, let us know. Okay, we've got a whole mess of 2099 one-shots coming out this week as well. First up, we've got Conan 2099. Eons from Home, the barbarian battles of civilization of 2099. In the far-flung future of 2099, will barbarism finally triumph over an endangered civilization? When Conan entered the Marvel Universe with the Savage Avengers, he stayed to conquer and claim his kingship in modern times. That's pretty cool. Now cursed by a mystic to live beyond his years, when Conan's new kingdom is threatened, he swings his blade once more. But as the calamity in 2099 bears down on his secluded realm, will the future shock unseat the barbarian king? An unforgettable chapter, unlike anything you've ever seen in the saga of Conan, until you get the next book that we're going to talk about here in a second. Main cover is by Jeff Shaw from Guardians of the Galaxy. There is also a variant cover by Ron Lim that I don't have the image for. Of course. $4.99, just a one-shot, but like I said, I think there's 3 or 4 of them on FOC this week. So if you're interested, I'm not going to pull Conan 2099 for everybody that's pulling Conan because that's kind of a stretch. If you're pulling either Conan or Savage Sword and you'd like Conan 2099, let us know so that we can have a copy for you, please. This one, though, this next one, okay. This is Conan Serpent War number 1 of 4. The wrath of the Serpent God. Warriors across time defy the Elder Gods. James Allison will soon die, but it's not his first death. He's lived many lives in many places, lives he can recall in vivid detail. But when an elder god called the Worm reaches across time to James, an ages-spanning quest begins. The serpent god Set, who of course is like that's Conan's main archenemy in all of his stuff, plans to usher in an eternity of darkness, and only the chosen warriors across time and space have a hope of stopping him. Conan the Barbarian, Solomon Kane, Dark Agnes, and the man known as Moon Knight. So, what a ragtag team across time.
Conan has been in every weird team since he came out.
I know.
I've been in the Avengers. Now we have my own Savage Avengers.
Now I'm in Serpent War with... Yeah. I mean, so 3 of those 4 characters are Robert E. Howard characters. Moon Knight is not one of those characters. But, you know, I've had fans of Moon Knight who are subscribing to this series because he doesn't have an ongoing title right now, and here he is as part of Conan Serpent War.
So was like, it looks legit.
Yeah. 4-issue miniseries. Main cover on the screen right there is by Carlos Pacheco.
And the cover over here.
That is the Virgin Connecting cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli that you can't see. It's draw your own Virgin Connecting cover.
There you go.
There is a Virgin Connecting cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli, but we don't have an image for that either, which sucks. But if you'd like to subscribe to Conan Serpent War 4-issue commitment, you can read about this crazy story across time with Conan and Moon Knight and Solomon Kane and Dark Agnes. So there you go. Okay, next up from Marvel, we have a one-shot that is not part of the Annihilation Scourge one-shot. This is another one-shot. This is Fantastic Four Negative Zone #1. $4.99 one-shot. One of Reed Richards' greatest discoveries is the extra-dimensional negative zone that exists parallel to our own universe. But now an experiment that Reed began many years ago has come back to roost, and the FF will once more have to venture into this hostile expanse in order to put things right. The main cover on my side is by Kim Jacinto? I don't know how you say that last name. The variant cover that is on Dom's side is by Mr. Miko or Mrs. Miko Suyen. I can't remember if that's a dude or a chick. Both of them are good. $4.99, just a one shot, not something we can subscribe you to. So Fantastic Four Negative Zone. Here we go.
Did you hear some of the rumors that Will Smith might be up for Mr. Fantastic? That one I wouldn't actually mind too much.
No, I wouldn't either.
I kind of like that one.
That'd be cool. Stretchy Will Smith.
Stretchy Will Smith.
Go.
Fresh stretch of
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's got the Men in Black song with him, so I mean that's okay. Next up from Marvel, we have that's fine.
Look, it's a Terminator.
Ghost Terminator 2099, Ghost Rider 2099, Spirit of Vengeance Overdrive. It's the city that never stops. Welcome to Transverse City, where everything's for sale if you're fast enough to take it. Kenshiro Zero Cochran was just your average keyboard cowboy until he shocked with the wrong people and got murdered. Life's a glitch, ain't it? I don't know who writes the copy for this stuff. Now, with a second chance from a higher power and an advanced weaponized automaton, Zero will punish those who have spilled innocent blood. Main cover on my side is by Varia Gian Giordano, and a variant cover by Ron Lim that you can't see because I don't have it available. So, just a one-shot, Ghost Rider 2099 #1. Again, if you'd like to pull that because we can't subscribe you to these things, please comment pull Ghost Rider 2099. Here's another one. So 4. This is the third one so far, right? Because we've already done Conan. We have Ghost Rider, there's Punisher, and the last one that we're going to talk about is Venom. So this is Punisher 2099 #1. The future's arrived, but world peace certainly hasn't. In fact, with the streets of Nueva York more crime-ridden than ever, who will rise up to defend the vulnerable population from the corruption? Looks like it's up to Punisher 2099 to clean up the block. The only question is, who's behind the mask? Don't miss out on your glimpse into the future from rising stars Lonnie Nadler and Zach Thompson, who did Age of X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy Annual. Main cover on my side is by Patrick Zurcher, with a variant cover on Dom's side by Mr. Ron Lim. We have the artwork. Good job, Ron. Congratulations.
Because he got done with that one.
Yeah, he's working on the rest of them. Okay, next up from Marvel, spinning out of Absolute Carnage, we have Scream Curse of Carnage #1. Ah! Our poor headphone listeners.
Oh my God.
I know.
They're sitting in a cubicle. The boss is like, what just happened over there?
Somebody had a seizure.
Nothing.
Patricia Robertson, Andy Benton, Donna Diego, it's all been leading to this as one of the original and possibly strongest offspring of the Venom symbiote at last stars in her own self-titled ongoing series set in the Marvel Universe. But after the events of Absolute Carnage, what remains of the Scream symbiote as it was before? Does it even have a host? What are their intentions? And what will a pair of web-slinging wall crawlers have to say about its presence in New York? The main cover on my side is by Mr. Jim Chung. Variant cover on Dom's side by Mr. Art Germ. There is also an open-to-order variant cover by Scotty Young, which we do not have an image for. Each one of these covers is going to be like a little kid.
Like a little kid.
Like a chibi.
Chibi.
$4.99 will get you Absolute Carnage Scream Curse of Carnage #1, a new ongoing series. Okay, we got 2 facsimiles from Marvel this week. The first one is Star Wars #1. And the cool thing about this book, I don't know if people know about this or not, this was published well before the first movie was in theaters, and this was published based off of George Lucas's original script. So you have scenes that are in this comic book that are not in the movie. You have the whole scene, the interaction with Luke and Biggs, where they're talking about going to Tashi Station, that is briefly mentioned in the movie, but it was cut for some reason out of the movie. That's in here. You also get to see Jabba the Hutt in here, but he's not a giant slug.
He's human.
He looks like Yak Face. He's a yellow Yak Face creature.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool. Anyways, you know what this is. It's Star Wars #1 from 1977. It's a facsimile edition, complete reprint. If you'd like to get a copy of that, let us know. It's not something we can subscribe you to. For $4, it's a pretty good deal right there. Also part of Star Wars. So Star Wars is getting shaken up at Marvel next year. The current series is ending. There's going to be a new Star Wars series that's taking its place. Star Wars Saga, which is on your screen right now, is a one-shot that basically goes through and it takes pieces out of the Jason Aaron, Kieran Gillen, and Greg Pak Star Wars stories. So it gives you the short synopsis of everything that's happened up until this point to get you ready for the new Star Wars series that's going to kick off next year. Just a one-shot with Star Wars Saga. Cover price is $3.99. It's not something that we can subscribe you to, so let us know if you'd like us to pull a copy for you. Another one-shot. Here we go. We got Thor Worthy #1. But this is cool because legendary Thor creators reunite for a thunderous celebration. Walt Simonson, Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, Mike Hawthorne, Sal Buscema, all kinds of people are on this series about Thor and Beta Ray Bill, a new Thunderstrike story, all that sort of stuff. So again, it's a one-shot. It's $4.99. The main cover that's on your screen right there is by Kim Jacinto. There's also a variant cover by Walt Simonson that we don't have the artwork for, just a one-shot. Okay? Here's the other facsimile edition. This is Uncanny X-Men 266. This reprints Gambit's first full appearance in the Marvel Universe from 1981. I don't think I need to say any more about that. We all know what it is. It's Uncanny X-Men 266. If you don't already have a copy of this, comment poll and we'll put one in your hold slot for you. Okay? Lastly, from Marvel, we've got Venom 2099 #1. Also just a one-shot. Welcome to the future, where the cure for what ails you is at your fingertips with Alchemax. That sounds foreboding.
I wish I could talk.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too much cherry milk. Sucking on the teat of that cherry milk over there.
The edge of that cherry milk. It's empty.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you're going to be dying here in a little bit.
Oh, we got to get this done so you can get out of here. Our industry-leading pharmaceutical department help is providing customers with pharmaceutical.
Oh.
I did say pharmaceutical.
It's for about pharmaceuticals
for your
all day.
nails and toes. Pharmaceutical. Our industry-leading pharmaceutical department help is providing consumers with Freeme, the bleeding-edge technology you've come to know from our Save Me products with Venom, our cure-all drug. Trials begin, don't let them destroy me, this December. Main cover by Clayton Crane with a variant cover by Ron Lim that we don't have on the screen, but that
He's like really behind the things, isn't
well, maybe they shouldn't give him so many covers to do. Like, just dial it
like
back,
5
Mr.
covers.
Lim. I know. He did a
one,
variant
there's
for all
one
these
up.
2099s, and there's one available. So just a $4.99 one-shot with a pretty cool cover right there by Clayton Crane. Just a one-shot. There you go. Okay, next from our friends at Valiant and in stores on November 20th. Everybody saw the Bloodshot trailer, hopefully. This is where Bloodshot's first appearance was in Rye #0. Welcome to the 41st century. New worlds, new characters, new adventures. Valiant's critically celebrated cyborg Ronin named Rye embarks on a thrilling quest to save the future. Multiple New York Times best-selling and award-winning writer Dan Abnett from Guardians of the Galaxy joins forces with breathtaking artist Juan Jose Rip from Exo Manowar to begin the essential sci-fi series of the next 2,000 years. That's bold. That's a bold statement, Cotton. So cover A on my side is by Juan Jose Rip. Cover B on Dom's side is also by Juan Jose Rip. Cover C on my side is by Adam Polina. That cover's amazing. And cover D on Dom's side is a blank. That is actually what it's supposed to look like. We are not missing an image. That's just a blank cover right there. So that is a wrap for our show today. We'll scroll down just a little bit and then you will see this beautiful block of text right here. This breaks down by publisher all of the titles that are on FOC this Monday. So if you see anything that you like on this list, all you have to do is to copy the item code that's right there. So Dom's going to do it live for you. Oh, you're doing that one? That's ironic too. Do you know what this is? So Dom selected Folklords #1, which we talked about last week. This is the second printing of Folklords #1, but this features a cover by the one and only Jorge Corona.
Oh, is he working on this?
He just posted it on Instagram today. This is it right here. I don't know why it's not live. So I'm going to show you on a close-up camera.
Here.
So that is the Jorge Corona second print cover to Folklords #1. It should be on the screen in that yellow block that says image coming soon. All you have to do is to copy, like Dom did so eloquently, the item code off of that giant block of text, paste that into a web browser, and the first thing that's going to pop up on your screen is going to be a Previews World listing for that item. So you can see Folklords #1, second printing.
I'll do one more.
Yeah.
I'll do this foil here. Too much.
Yeah, if you've been collecting the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger foils, this is the next foil that's available right here, which I believe is the red/green Ranger, and it's got all your information right there. So you can use that entire text block to go through and see what all is on FOC, because we can't highlight everything. Obviously, this show would be stupid long. But there's a lot of cool stuff that is on FOC this coming Monday. It should tell you the release dates. It should have the MSRP and all that sort of stuff. If you're interested in any of that stuff that's in that giant block, let us know by 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. And for the most part, your order is guaranteed, as long as it's not damaged during shipment or any of that sort of stuff.
This list.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Look at the Marvel. Get to the Marvel section. I mean, it's like
Marvel.
Here you go. It's literally
top to bottom.
Yeah.
Ends with the Punisher down here.
And then I think it goes again.
Goes.
It's like 2 full. Yeah. massive list of stuff. So use that, compile your personal list, and let us know before the end of the day on Monday what you'd like to order, and we can make that happen for you. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Make sure, if you haven't already, check out our YouTube channel. We've done this how many times now? 10 times?
I think it's 10 times.
This is our 10th show.
Yep.
We're really close. We just need more followers to go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can change our YouTube URL to something that is way more user-friendly. But that's it. I mean, happy November. Hopefully you had a great Halloween last night. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. I'm John.
Dom.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.
Knock, knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been. Head is spinning, this medicine screaming.